happened was the moment she passed, I was sitting right there and I can just remember, like, you know, those last breaths. You're like, is that the one, you know? And then I remember wanting to know what time it was. I looked at the time and I was like, okay, it's whatever, 11:32. But when I looked back, it was like, not my mom. The most shocking shock of my life. Like, you're not my mom. Like, my mom's gone.
When Sage died, I immediately had the comfort, and that he's with my dad right now. Literally, there's a comfort there. It's never left me in 4 years. So for all the hole in my heart, and for all the things that are worse and the things that are better, all of those things being said, I've never lost that comfort. And that the knowing. And it's so funny. It means so much more to me now that we wrote several times. We played several gigs together in the months after Sage died. It was very comfortable. Like, I was like, oh, Jesse's going to be there. It's like, literally, there's a few people. There's just it never left you, whatever that was. It's like, it doesn't mean that you don't have bad days.
Oh, yeah.
But there's somewhere at the bottom of all that, there's a piece that just doesn't really go away. One of the last things, Sage wanted to take me to lunch before COVID happened, because let me pay, you always pay. And I said, you have the rest of your life to take me to lunch. And somehow he knew he didn't, have the rest of his life to take me to lunch. He bought what he thought was a little bit of drugs. It was fentanyl. There's many, many stories just like that don't end in the death. There's a reason he went early. I believe it. I feel it. It's given my life purpose. I don't know what it's going to do for his brothers in the long run, but I can see it. It's not a wasted life. It's not a wasted experience.
No.
And he had a testimony. He really helped it. Cumberland Heights wanted to hire him when he had a couple of years of sobriety because of how influential he was with older guys. He didn't even want to go into the kids group because he liked being with the older guys.
Wow.
For some reason, I feel like Sage knew he was going to die early the whole time. I kind of had a premonition of it. Well, it's hard to admit. I did.
But I remember playing the Bluebird one night, and this lady came up to me and she said, you probably don't want to hear this, but if you'll ever write a song about grief, it'll be one of your biggest hits. The other thing she said was, you're going to have a big hit, but it's not going to be here. And there's a lot of sunshine on it. It's going to be like on a coast.
And that was The Climb.
The Climb. So that, I feel like that was an angel.
Okay, so you gotta tell the Climb story and then the I Drive Your Truck story, which are both, I mean, songwriter stories are one thing and we all tell them, but man, those are both.
Well, and they tie in so much.
Yeah, it is your story.